All right, we got our first game of the day. We had a series just yesterday, I believe. Am I tripping? Yeah. Just yesterday, but now we get another series. So back to back best of fives for Kennyg and another night elf. This night elf spawning at the bottom left. The purple night elf. It is blue, aka air. And as I said before the game, we will likely be seeing fairly standard opener, so Demon Hunter, Archer, into, probably Naga, Dryad, Bear, but we'll see if he deviates a bit based on what his opponent does. Also, something to point out for Blue, he really likes these compact bases. He almost always has his Moonwell and Altar kind of like connected to his main tree and the trees on the side, sorta. But that also leaves it so he doesn't have much room back here. Sometimes the wisps are still accessible. We'll see how it works out for him. And it is the Demon Hunter. And on the other side, top right spawn, our winner of yesterday, Kennyg, the yellow orc. And he is going Blade once again, but quite a bit different style. So he went Farseer, first of all, yesterday on this map. And whenever he did go Blade, he went Fast Shop into War Mill and Tech. But this time, we got the Barracks right away with a Grunt and a Late Shop. So quite a bit different style here. More of the standard pro level work play. Just go Blade Grunt, creep a camp or the item, by yourself, maybe creep the second item for level 2, and then, salve up and harass. We'll see exactly what he does. And on the other side, Blue, with the Demon Hunter, is going Immolation, gets Claws and Slippers, not bad at all, and picks up the level 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
With Immolation, you do start to prefer some of the tanky items more, Circlet, Ring, etc. Because the Immolation kind of just does the damage anyways. You mostly just need to conserve your Moonwells by being tankier. But, with this mana burn at level 2, this Demon Hunter can still deal out a lot of right-click damage. He's going to go right in here. A lot of damage on these Orc units, but a lot of damage returned on the Demon Hunter already. But this Grunt's surrounded by the creep, and Blue going for the Murloc gets the kill and the item, but it is only a Mantle of Intelligence. And the Blade speed scrolling out. So yeah, Blue showing a bit of a different style here, going on the aggressive. Works out, he finds the Orc at that second camp. Does a lot of damage. And now Kennyg just needs to buy time for the salves to finish. Meanwhile, Blue not really going to get much more done here. He could attack the shop if he wanted, but with his DH this low health, it might be better to just snag an item from this camp or something and then back off and heal again. Maybe even just creep this camp, heal, and then go get level 3 somewhere. Not sure. See what he decides to go for. Yeah, Kennyg has stabilized. He's got 2 grunts, the 3rd grunt coming, and his tier 2 about to finish. He should be about ready to do something. Going to pop a Clarity. And, Blue actually bought Circlet Boots, but did not sell the Mantle yet. So he's not even going to be able to pick up the item. Always kind of awkward. Sometimes you got to be watching out about buying too many items if it results in that. Might have been better to not buy one of these and then buy it later after you can sell the item and reach the shop again. But yeah, Kennyg coming in here, going to potentially get some Archer kills. Nice little block. There is no dust actually, and Kennyg just blocked This compact base from blue working out. Kennyg not able to get in against the archers. Blue still a bit weak though on his demon hunter, and goes for a cheeky little heal there, picks up the items in time, and now we have the panda second, immolation, breath of fire, a lot of AoE damage, but he would like to have the archer support here, but it looks like it's enough. The 2 heroes against only the 1 blade is more than enough. However, once the shadow hunter gets here, if he gets some salves, heals up this army, he could pressure again right away with Hex, or he could just creep the shadow up to 3. And now blue will finally be able to transfer the mantle, clear up some inventory space. And Kennyg, we got Bestiary, Spirit Lodge. So a lot more standard gameplay this time. No fast tech Wyvern, no Farseer Headhunter tower push, but they're just standard Blade Shadow style, which is going to be very timing dependent. You do really want to get that shadow to 3 real quick, and then probably tower push against Demon Hunter Panda, because you don't want the game to go long against Demon Hunter Panda. Generally, if you can help it. On the other side, blue was really worried of pressure and maybe like an all-in, so he actually put up a defensive tower, maybe even against potential Wyvern, but it was not Wyvern this time. It was standard style. But the tower is definitely not useless. Like I said, the orc generally will want to push with the level 3 shadow against this before the lures come online. But I'm not sure if Kennyg has the time to get that level 3 shadow. Meanwhile, blue, already level 3 DH. Pretty nice items. Panda as well, not looking too bad. The center was already crept. There is one more camp here in the center. This will be good XP for Kennyg, but he's going to take quite a bit of damage. And he still needs another camp for the shadow to get 3, maybe even 2 camps if the blade is splitting XP. But getting these items, heal, scroll, and invuln are so huge for the orc army in these fights. You really want to get to around that 50 food mark. You want to get the items, and then you want to push with level 3 shadow. The only other option is generally like expanding and towers everywhere type of thing, but I don't think we're going to see that. Meanwhile, blue is actually going quite a lot of dryads. He does have tier 3 coming, but not prioritizing the bears right away at all, which is not necessarily bad. I think these dryads are going to help a lot defending early on. You do need to get those bears out eventually, unless you're, you know, staying tier 2 and massing dryads with upgrades. This base is getting really blocked off now too. He could almost get trapped there. Meanwhile, looking for items, but he can see all the items were taken. Kennyg is got the scrolls, got the invuln, Wanda Mana Stealing as well. Not terrible, but could just be sold for some extra gold if he wants. And yeah, we're nearing the timing where Kennyg really wants to push. But as I've said, the shadow, not level 3 just quite yet. Really needs to get like one more big orange camp for that level 3. He does have heal, wave, and hex though, so no serpents. Sometimes, particularly against lots of dryads or just in general, if you're going to push, the serpent wards are still more worth it, but heal, wave, hex can be strong as well. What do we got? It is tier 2. He's got pillage coming, so thinks he might do a bit of hit and run with these grunt raiders. We have upgrades. No upgrades. Reinforced burrow on the way. And yeah, now we're gonna have bears out. He does have master training. Does he have orb as well? He does have orb. Ring picked up by the shadow, but eats a minus 100 mana. That's going to hurt. That's like, you know, that's like minus 70 gold for him. He's going to have to clarity. Or rejuvenation potion, I guess. Yeah, I think this would be a good timing. In fact, he might be starting to miss his timing now. Yeah, I think he realizes he's kind of missing his timing to like end the game, and now he's going tier 3. You know, he's got more upgrades coming. Maybe if he had that other, like another burrow, and if he didn't have to TP out there, he could have done a tower push timing, but Shadow, not quite 3 still. But Kenny G's definitely still alive. Question is, does he have time to reach... Oh, that's like clause 9 right there, I think. But 3/3 DH Panda. Pretty stacked items.
Players' forces are under attack.
But yeah, now he's against quite a lot of bears. And pretty strong heroes. This DH Panda going to carry really hard. And Blue's a little scared. Is he? No, he's still gonna go in. Realize it's probably Crystal Ball rather than the lab. And he will get a medallion. Pretty huge for the panda. Look at this beast! 535 mana pool. Hello? And we're going to get an exchange here. Kenny G coming in from the backside and going to ensnare some of these dryads. Takes out one immediately. Hex on the bear. Also nicely done. Can he get some more ensnares on the dryads? Does he have enough to actually fight against the bears? Not to mention the heroes. Blue's heroes are very strong. Hexes the panda. Panda not able to get more spells off just yet. One bear going to fall. Another dryad falls. But some grunts also falling. And the orc side going to have to back off. Blue coming out ahead. And now he's going to be replacing with more and more bears. He's got 1-2 upgrades. Stacked heroes. Oh yeah, that clause 9. I think the blade picked up the clause 9 that was on the ground. Oh, but Kenny G's got a backup plan. So he's going for Expo and tier 3. If he can get this to work, it would be great. But Blue is already coming across, going to cancel this. And now Kenny G's going to have to rely purely on the tier 3, which definitely can work. Bloodlust is insanely powerful for making up the difference. But you do still need to get things like heal scrolls. Particularly against this immolation haze fire. It's actually level 2 immolation, no evasion at all. But yeah, you're gonna need heal scrolls. You're gonna need probably at least 60 food. And you're going to need that bloodlust, and we do have the bloodlust coming. And Blue is giving him time. But Blue's also getting quite a lot done. He's getting more and more levels, trying to go for these big red camps. His inventory is full, however. We'll have to drop probably the claws. Maybe the mantle. I would personally drop the claws. Cloak of Flames for the panda. Everything's going to be burning. Wait, what did he drop? Wait, what did he drop? I didn't even see what that was. Was it a consumable? I don't know. Maybe it's a consumable and he used it. Ah! We do have another exchange, but this should be favorable for the elf, although there is bloodlust. This blade looks scary. He does have invuln, but look at these elf heroes. 5/4 DH Panda, and everything's just burning. The Cloak of Flames, level 3 immolation, and hey, what do you do? Everything's on fire. Kenny G's army is decimated. He's got 1 blade left. No expansion coming up. Meanwhile, quite a lot of the bears survived, and blue seems to be in
A player's forces are under
a
attack.
very good position. He's even got up to 80 food capacity with 1300 gold right now. He's going to be able to buy items, break, and really put the pressure on here. Yeah, I mean, what do you do against level 3 immolation plus Cloak of Flames on the panda plus Haze Fire? Everything is going to burn. Everything's going to burn. Kennyg trying to get his Shadow Hunter back, sneaking a peon over as well. I think one of the only plays he maybe had still was to like potentially put a bunch of towers up and then throw up a tiny Great Hall after. But it's going to be blue doing that. Towers, Ancient War here. He wants to expand himself. And he's actually going to come back to defend. Try to get a mana burn off before the Windwalk, and he might do so. Oh, no mana burn. Windwalk will get off. Tree of Life coming back up. Kennyg will have to leave it with no more mana. But he bought some time. He's getting his army back up. Bloodlust can be strong, but I think you really need above that 50 food mark with Bloodlust, and right now he's still just trying to reach 50 food in the first place. Blue trying to check out the expansions himself. We'll see nothing here. And does he go in for the attack? He has a TP. Kennyg maybe going for the hit and run. Could be a good play here. But his peons, it's a massacre. The poor peons. They came out to mine gold at the wrong time. There were bears in the neighborhood. What can you do? We do have spiked barricades from Kennyg, which does make this a lot more difficult to break. The bears will eventually start, you know, just kind of damaging themselves a ton. But does Kennyg have enough to counterattack? He does have 2 raiders. I think if he had like 3 or 4, his damage would be pretty good here. But this is gonna force a TP. Yeah, blue does TP. And Kennyg gets away. Might lose a grunt. But the speed scroll looking to save the rest. And blue is getting up another expansion at the bottom right. So this one got cancelled. This one does get up. If Kennyg gets enough raiders and does enough hit and run, maybe he can still come back in the game. But blue's doing pretty good about it as well. He's playing safe, you know, he's stacking up quite a lot of resources at 50, now breaking. We should see him buy a TP here soon. Yeah, he did get an expansion up. Double wins, okay. Maybe he wants some fairies or some talons. Talons with Cyclone can be good to catch stuff. Fairies can be good if there's actually a straight up fight.
A player's forces are under attack. The town is under siege.
And yeah, Kennyg going in here. Does blue have a TP? He does not actually have a TP. Okay, Kennyg maybe getting something done. Do we have a level 2 spiked barricades though? I am not sure. I don't know what the damage calculation is on this. But the bears are doing about 13 damage to themselves. But I guess with level 5 panda, even the spiked barricades is no longer enough. The bears. The bears! Kennyg realizing he has to come back to defend. He's getting up his own expansion, but He does have to fight here. And he's getting some pickoffs. Blue not realizing just yet. Or maybe he really just wants to get the burrows. But this, look at the panda! The haze fire, the cloak of flames, the immolation coming in, the level 3 immolation. And a bloodlusted blade master is not going to be enough for this. Especially with the metamorphosis also coming out. GG is called, and blue will be taking our first game. Nice win there by blue. He looked fairly in control for most of the game, but there were a couple moments for Kennyg as well. I think mostly he just needed to get that shadow to 3 a bit quicker and maybe push in. Or if he wasn't going to push in, maybe he needed to expand quicker and tower it up. In the end though, blue ends up securing that victory. Fairly solid play. Kept his buildings alive. The hit and run, canceled the expos. And now we will have to see what Kennyg does to mix it up. Does Kennyg switch it up and go for the Farseer again? Does he try to all in with towers? Maybe we'll see some double barracks mass grunts and all I'm saying. Okay, dude. But yeah, in the first series, he mostly did either Farseer or Headhunter with tier 2 pressure or all-ins, or he did Blademaster Fast Tech into Wyvern. But that does not seem to be what we're seeing here. It is once again a grunt build, but this time with Farseer, not the Blade. So mixing it up once again. New strategies. On the other side, blue actually also changing it up. We're seeing the Keeper of the Grove. I thought blue typically went Demon Hunter pretty much everywhere, but I guess maybe against Orc he likes to mix it up sometimes with the Keeper. Actually, maybe I've seen this. I can't remember it now. But I know generally I've seen a lot of Demon Hunter from him. Yeah, the Keeper can be pretty good. Obviously he's pretty good at creeping. He's good at catching stuff out with Entangle. This tree, however, needs to eat. Eat, Mr. Tree. Going for the double repair is actually going to hurt a bit. Because not only is he using resources on repair, but he's not harvesting from 2 different wisps, which is like minus... It's like minus 50 wood or something. Okay, maybe like 40 or something from the repair plus the non-harvesting. Which does set behind the tech a little, potentially. On the other side, Kennyg late War Mill, so maybe early Grunt to creep into Headhunters. We do have a shop as well to heal this Grunt. And looks like blue is going to get quite a lot of creeping done. No harass here from the Orc side. And this could be a quick level 3 Keeper. But a level 3 Farseer can also be very powerful. I've seen plenty of times where the level 2 wolves just are so brutal in the first stages of tier 2. If you ever get caught out in the middle of the map against these wolves, it almost feels like you just need to TP rather than trying to run away. Because if they pop like a speed scroll, throw out the chain, maybe they already have their second hero with either Frost Arrow or Hex or whatever, like you might just lose 2-3 archers. And then they just push in with wolves being so devastating. Ooh, Kennyg going for a big camp here. And blue's actually going to spot it. He's coming into the center for a... I didn't actually buy anything. I think he wanted a staff or something maybe, but we could see entangle here. Yeah, and this is going to be a dead grunt. Kennyg maybe a little too aggressive of a camp here. Not to mention a pretty difficult camp when he only had one grunt and the one headhunter just arriving. But it could still go Kennyg's way. He has Chain Lightning, which is much better for stealing kills. Oh, but the Chain Lightning is too late. Level 3 secured on the Keeper. Oh no. And I didn't actually see the XP jump. But for some reason, I feel like that might have gone to the Keeper because he's at like 550, 570. Maybe not. Maybe I think it might have actually gone to the Orc there. It looked like it went to the Orc. I'm pretty sure Kennyg got that one, but oof, that hurts to see level 3 Keeper so fast. Yeah, one of the things that to note about Chain Lightning is the damage is not instant. Once you cast Chain, there's like a delay before the damage goes off. Which is why the chain, just like Heal Wave, right? There's a delay before it heals stuff. So like he actually chained the creep, but the damage coming in from the elf side hit before the damage registered from the orc side. Oof, and now Kennyg ends up getting the one caught out. There's a bear, there's treants. Kennyg, you need to run. It's one headhunter down, a second headhunter denied, and now the wolves getting fed a bit. Kennyg maybe was not prepared for this fight in the center. There's so many summons with so much normal damage. The treants, the bears. And Kennyg, I think, was just not ready for that. He just got level 3 now. He has TC on the way, a Spirit Lodge. So a bit different from his other Farseer games. Looks like he's going for a more mid-game, late-game type build rather than like a tower push all in. Meanwhile, blue was very scared for a tower push, but instead he ends up being just really strong here with his summons and going to keep creeping. Keeper Beastmaster with like lots of dryads can actually be pretty strong. Because if you have lots of dryads, then the orc doesn't really want to build lots of gasters, right? They want raiders or wyvern or headhunters, maybe just grunts to fill out their army. And so that makes it hard to dispel all the summons. But yeah, we'll see what blue does. He is staying tier 2 for now. We do have a second lore. And it just seems to be dryads as well. And yeah, I think that can be pretty strong. Especially since he was able to lower the headhunter count quite a bit. More wolves getting caught out. Keeper nearing level 4. And Kennyg on the other side going tier 3 with the Bestiary and Lodge. I wonder if he could have just gone tier 3 a bit sooner and not put the Bestiary up at all. Maybe just pure Headhunter and Shaman with Bloodlust later. Because that could have been pretty scary for blue potentially. But we'll see what he gets out of the Bestiary. Because Bestiary can of course be pretty powerful with the Kodos or the Raiders. Blue trying to take out this red camp. Taking a lot of damage here, but there is no blade to worry about this time. Maybe he needs to get some treants. On the other side, Kennyg might be trying to take a red camp himself. Could try to get the TC up to level 3. Yeah, we do got raiders on the way with Ensnare. And more dryads for blue, so it's going to be He might push towards like 50 food with Dryads. Right now just at 40. He's kind of supply blocked actually. No Moonwells.
A player's
Blue with a bit of a macro mistake. I think he was too focused on that red camp creeping and now uprooting his stuff. But this macro mistake could actually be a problem. He has time for now, but Kennyg is nearing that level 3 on his TC. He is going... Oh, no! No, Mr. Raider! What are you doing? What are you doing?
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, the TC almost to 3, and the tier 3 also about to come online. And once that tier 3 gets going and we start seeing bloodlusted berserkers, you know, this orc army can hit pretty hard. He does have stomp as well, so he is focused on fighting rather than hit and run. And a TC getting a good stomp with some bloodlusted headhunters can dish out so much damage so quick. Blue has to be very careful of this, especially, like I said, because he's supply blocked. He's still supply blocked. If he doesn't get his army going soon, we could see the Bloodlust overrun him. But Blue does have a lot of summons to deal with. Is Kennyg quick on the Dispel? He does have quite a few Shaman. Ooh, but one Shaman's going to get picked off before using much. The other one gets bashed and also dies. The other Kennyg's Shaman out of position. He does get rid of the bear and 2 of the treants, but 1 treant's still alive. Oof, losing the Shaman hurts a lot. But like I mentioned, this is a timing where Kennyg is starting to be really strong comparatively. Blue kind of fumbled a bit there with his macro. Having that late Moonwell, he could have had so much more army. You see he was near like 1,000 gold right now, even after buying this orb. And now we got the bear transition. Oh no, Mr. Raider! You're still stuck! He's going for the burrow kill. Oh no. It can be quite worthwhile to just go for a... Oh, the other one's stuck too. Oh no. Kennyg created a little pen here for his raiders. That hurts. Yeah, rather than trying to set a rally at the corner and then shifting it to a 0, he's going to just delete the burrow. He could have changed his rally and then bought like a Zeppelin instead, if he had wanted. But yeah, this is now Kennyg starting to miss his timing, because now he's supply blocked, having to kill his own burrow. And Blue coming in for the attack here. Oh, I didn't see who got the XP there. But this could be a messy fight. Bloodlust could be pretty strong here, but there's only 1 Shaman. He lost 3 in the previous fight. TC pretty strong though. This TC being the focus is great for the orc, but is Kennyg diving too hard for this Beastmaster? Beastmaster has the TP. Can Kennyg take out maybe some of these Dryads before the TP finishes? No. And Blue ends up ahead there. TC actually pops the Healthstone here. Maybe could have just gone back for a salve first instead, but maybe he wants to attack right away? Didn't even want to wait for a salve? Not sure. Could see him sell the crystal ball, get a bunch of gold, and push. Yeah, what do we got? We got some heal scrolls coming. Could be strong. Could see him sell the vamp aura. He definitely has some items he could sell and like really make a strong army and, you know, get heal scrolls, right? He doesn't really need the vamp aura. Slippers he could also sell. He could sell the crystal ball. See what he decides to do. But Blue did actually go for an expansion, so Kennyg needs to make something happen here soon. He's got only 1 stomp for now, but should have around 2 stomps for the fight. Blue on the other side continuing to creep, and he could actually get close to this level 5 keeper. We might see max level treants. I think max level treants could be pretty strong here because there's so few shaman. Max level entangle is also strong, but if the shaman, you know, you don't need very many shaman to get rid of a single entangle, so I think treants could be quite valuable. Yeah, tree goes down. I think the Ancient War center went down, and now this Ancient War as well. Blue losing quite a lot of buildings. But Kennyg has nowhere to creep. The entire top half of the map is gone. It's gone. Meanwhile, blue is finding multiple orange camps at the bottom. Gets the level 5 keeper, level 4 beastmaster, greater mana on both heroes. And he hasn't actually chose his spell yet. It is going to be treants. They do have Nature's Blessing. And yeah, with this many summons, this elf army can be quite scary, but he's not ready to fight just yet. Blue, this is not your fight. You have 2 bears still in your base. He needs to staff out the bear and TP. Does he have a staff? No staff, no TP, no staff. Run away. Blue going a little too aggressive, too early. And Kennyg is just running it over with the Bloodlust. The chain. A shaman dies in the back. That's a huge pickoff. A lot of summons going the way of Kennyg. Now, that being said, that was a horrible fight by blue, but he does, like I said, have 2 bears still sitting here. And he has a lot of gold. If he just starts making another Moonwell or 2 and breaking, he can still be very strong, but he needs the Moonwells. He's going to be supply blocked again. There we go. Kennyg on the other side, this might be his timing. He might just need to make something happen, but he has so few shaman all the time. He keeps losing them. He has 2 now. We have a 3rd on the way. He's just queuing up all shaman. It's all shaman. He did actually lose his barracks, so no headhunters either. Not sure if he'll rebuild it or if he'll just go like Shaman, Kodo, Raider. Because Kodo Raider can be alright as well, especially with bears coming out. Yeah, we need a lot of purge here, but it's all just going to go to Bloodlust instead. I think TC up front does have invuln. And no Bloodlust just yet. Bloodlust is turned off. TC with another decent stomp. Getting focused, but he does have invuln. Can he pop it in time? No, he doesn't pop the invuln. He did not have a salve either, so the TC wouldn't even be able to heal because the shop is also gone. And blue might actually have just enough here. Is the Farseer enough to stabilize? Or are the elf heroes going to be strong enough? Blue just kind of out-crept him and has 5/5 heroes now, almost 6/5 heroes. And with all these summons, you know, with potentially max level bear and max level treants, there's just so many summons to work through. Those shaman deaths earlier hurt so much. If Kennyg was able to keep a couple more of those shaman alive, he could have fed off a bunch of XP with these summons. But yeah, he does have a few shaman now, but so much mana invested in the Bloodlust. He's able to take out the 1 bear, but now we got the big bear. 1200 Misha bear. And the treants coming in to the back line. And Kennyg wants to fight. He's got the wolves. He's got a lot of shaman. Going for the focus fire. Purge getting used multiple times on the keeper. He does have a TP. Might force out the TP to buy time. But blue so far escaping, and now the Farseer is under attack. Has to use the invuln. And now the shaman are all falling quickly. There's still a lot of piercing units in the back line, doing extra damage to them. And Kennyg, is he able to stabilize here? This bear is so tough to deal with now when there's no more dispel. Okay, we got 1 more purge. Where are these purges coming from? Oh, he's another shaman in the back here with the double purge. 2 bloodlusted wyvern. Kennyg survives. Burrow lives. But there's 2 more bears now on the field. The rejuve coming out. The keeper still has a lot of mana. He can summon out some more treants, get tranquility soon as well. Maybe even, you could even say entangle instead of tranquility could be good as well. Because honestly, max level entangle, if there is not a dispel available at the time you use it, it's just a dead hero for the orc, which could be more valuable than tranquility situationally. We'll see. Obviously, tranquility is very strong. Oh my god, we got chimneys.
A player's forces
Chim Chiroos. The chimeras will be coming out for blue. He's also going for corrosive breath for building damage, but with Kennyg switching to bloodlusted wyvern, I don't really know if the chims are the right choice. They would have been good in the previous fight, but they're starting to look worse and worse now because you got 1/1 bloodlusted wyvern. Now the problem is Kennyg still needs his TC. He's going for the altar rebuild and the slow TC revive after, I assume, which means he just needs so much more time, and I don't know if he's got that. Blue's coming in with a bear, 4 treants. He's gonna summon another 4 treants. He's got a quill. Hey, how do you deal with this many summons? He's got level 6 keeper. Do we see the tranquility soon? It is going to be tranquility, no entangle. And Kennyg trying to do what he can with the shaman, get some more XP. Might even see the level 6 Farseer if he gets enough. But does he have enough dispel? Sometimes you have to actually dispel only the Beastmaster summons and just focus down the treants with the magic damage instead. Oh, I got the chim! Corrosive breath coming in, roar coming in. Bloodlusted wyvern going directly for that chim, and it's dying so fast. Chim is down. Level 6 Farseer, but the chain lightning was already used, and the shaman are all up front. The Farseer is getting focused with the entangle, not the level 3 entangle though, so he will be able to move, but the blink bear blocks him in. Farseer goes down, and GG is called. Blue will be taking the 2-0 lead. Yeah, here we go. Game 3. Spawning bottom left will be Kennyg. And will we see another new strategy? He's changed it up in both of his first games compared to his series yesterday. But will we see something new again? Or is he going to go back to something else? Will we see the Blade Master Wyvern? Does he try to bring that back out? It did work well previously against BP Woody. But does he bring it out against blue as well? And that it might actually be it. No barracks. Chopped a little bit of wood. We have a shop, we do. It is probably going to be the Blade Master Fast Tech. So Kennyg wanting to mix it up here. Let's see. And blue as well is changing it up. We got the Warden this time. Okay, let's see what he can do with that. Warden can be pretty powerful, but you always got to be careful with her, because if she gets focused down and you're not ready for it, she just can die so quick. You know, she's not ranged. She doesn't have like evasion and stuff like the DH. She's not a strength hero. But if you're quick enough, you know, get rid of maybe Hex and stuff, you blink out, you can still be fine.
A player's forces are under attack.
But she needs levels. If you don't have levels, well, I mean, then what does she do? But if you do get those levels, we could see some very scary shot. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it's Farseer, not Blade. So it might be Farseer Wyvern instead. This is more of like what I would do. But I generally still would make a barracks and not a shop. Yeah, Farseer is a bit sketchy against Warden. If this Warden gets high level or just goes after him in general with Shadow Strike, it could be very strong. And he does have Shadow Strike, but a little scared of the wolves for now. Fighting them actually and taking a bit of damage. Blue, is he going to start dishing out the Shadow Strike? There is salves, so it's probably the right call to not go for it. Look at this archer. The Moonwells are drained. The wolves are being microed back. And Kenny's just kind of poking away here at the Ancient of War. And now the next archer as well. We will see a resummon in a second. And this time Blue going to go Shadow Strike onto the wolf. Looks like he just really wants any bit of XP. It will help him get to that level 2. He does actually secure that one wolf kill. Will he go for the next one? It is very expensive to use 2. You do see keeper players do this as well sometimes. They'll like entangle a wolf and then focus down the other. But usually you don't want to invest multiple entangles or multiple Shadow Strikes just for one set of wolves, if you can help it. He does go for it though, and does get the... No, he doesn't get the XP. He's actually resummoned in time. Kenny G denying that XP, and there's -1 Shadow Strike. That's another reason why you don't always go for it. Tier 2 underway for Blue, but it looks a bit late. Kenny G's almost done with his tier 2. We got towers. It's going to likely be Wyvern play. And Farseer Wyvern hit and run is very strong. These wolves getting detoed, but not killed. And there should be a resummon. No resummon. Tries to go for the denies, but instead just ends up feeding one of them. And now taking damage on his Farseer. Might have to speed scroll out. There is another Shadow Strike in a second. He does speed scroll out. Pops the salve. Wolves will have to be sacrificed here. Does deny the one wolf. The other one is fed over to the Warden. Level 2 unlocked. And she's going to try to creep. Clarity popped. Bestiary on the way. Do we see solo Farseer? I think solo Farseer and saving up wood for the next Bestiary would probably be best. And the towers were spotted. Blue not able to really creep this camp fully. The Bloodlust is very powerful against the Warden. She just doesn't creep these camps as well as like a Demon Hunter does. Which is why you'll often see her have like double Ancient of War creeping instead of the single one. She wants to get to level 3 fast, and she needs a little bit of extra help for tanking. But now she is going back to the Ancient War and will go for the Golem creep. Meanwhile, Kenny G just going to creep up himself. Get closer to that level 2. We do got the Bestiary and a TC on the way. Wyvern is the choice. Sometimes you'll actually see people go solo Farseer for a while. Similar to how Undeads go like solo Death Knight. You know, you just get that one hero leveled up fast. And then you add in the other hero after. Because if you get like level 5 Farseer right away, it can be crazy strong. The wolves just, if your wisps aren't blocked off, they can just go in and kill them all. If you have archers and not like dryads, they can just kill them all, you know. But TC as well can do similar things. If you get like the chain plus the wave, you can obviously take out a lot of units too. But you are missing that nice solo hero XP bonus that you could have instead. Yeah, it is going to just be a lot of Wyvern for now. And we got a damage upgrade coming. 4 more Wyvern queued up. Is he going to clear an expansion? I think that would be the wise choice, just so he has the option to expand if he needs to. But the Warden... Bone Chimes, that's pretty good. Because you might actually see Bear plus Hippo later. Potentially. Now if it's Mass Dryad, then we could see like Panda, and something like True Shot or Devotion Aura would have been better. But I know sometimes like Bear Hippo will also be used against this sort of army. Blue trying to take the center camp out, and might just lose some archers or the Shadow Priest here. See a nice chain, nice wave. There goes one archer. There almost goes the second, but it does get away, and Blue's just having to back off. Kennyg going to steal the camp. Yeah, the Wyvern and the 2 heroes are super strong at this stage of the game, but he might get 1 Wyvern kill here with the Shadow Strike. The salve gets used, but immediately cancelled by the tick damage. And yeah, the tick will be enough. But he does kill an archer. That Wyvern was dead to the Shadow Strike. Yeah, it is going to be the Mass Dryads. So against this Mass Dryads with no Panda, this is perfect for Kennyg to just throw up a bunch of towers, get reinforced defenses, and just hit and run. If you hit and run all day with these Wyvern and throw up towers, it's very difficult to do anything with Dryads and a Warden. We'll see what he does. He's going tier 3 instead, no expansion. He does have near 50 food though. Like honestly, if he gets in a fight and focus fires the Wyvern properly, maybe gets level 3 on one of his heroes or both, he'll be super strong here, even against a high level Warden. Now if this Warden starts reaching, 5, 6, okay, she might start turning things around. She even has a Mana Stone, an insane find. Probably wants to sell these Gloves of Haste though, and goes for a Shredder. Does have quite a few wisps, but he's probably worried of losing them. He's actually moving them out somewhere. Where is he bringing them? Where are you going, little wisps? They're going on a journey. Is he going to try to expand here? Maybe throw up a bunch of towers? We'll see. Warden trying to work on that level 5. Kennyg trying to get his 3/3. He's got double Scroll of the Beast. That is also pretty insane. With some damage upgrades and Scroll of the Beast, these Wyvern can kill so quick. And yeah, Kennyg going to reach level 3 TC here. But no towers, no expansion. He's relying on tier 3 instead. We got Envenomed Spears. We do have him sitting at 51 food now, maybe breaking a bit too early. And the Warden has reached 5. Hood of Cunning, not terrible. I think Medallion of Courage for health and intelligence probably would be better, because you just want health and mana. Even though Warden is an agi hero, you mostly rely on your spells instead, right? Like you just want to stay alive and you want to cast a lot of spells. You don't actually care as much for the right click damage, unless you're doing like full Shadow Strike plus like Nagasecond Focus Fire with on like heroes or something. I mean, he does have full Shadow Strike right now, but I assume we might see a retrain at some point. Ooh, these Shadow Strikes are actually huge against the bats as well. Kennyg needs to be so careful with them, because every Shadow Strike is just a dead bat. What do we see here? Ankh. Okay, not the greatest. Blue trying to get something done, but what if Kennyg starts adding in a Shadow Hunter and Hex? Could be quite scary. Tinker. Oh my god, I didn't even see. He bought a Tinker. is the Tonker. Plug rattle trap. We got rockets plus the engineering upgrade. The little mini stun from Tinker can be pretty powerful, but it is a lot harder to use Tinker properly than it is to just toss out Breath of Fire with a Panda, right? Because the rockets need to be like aimed properly, they have quite a small AoE, they have a delay in their cast time. It's also somewhat hard to aim those sort of AoEs against air units because of where the hitboxes actually are like off center. So we'll see how well it works for him. And we do have a bit of an exchange. Tinker's just left out here. He's the one. Oh, he's got double staff. He can staff the Tinker if he's ready for it. Does do so. But look at these Wyverns. So many Triads dying. But the Shadow Strike is also quite strong. Do we have another Shockwave? TC's still full mana. I think he used one, but did he use a potion of mana as well or something? Oh, wave? No wave in time. Level 4 TC unlocked. Looks like the wolves were creeping back here. And a lot of low units. There's not much healing actually either. There's only one Moonwell left. Hood of Cunning on the ground. A lot of Wyvern. Is the Warden going to be enough? I think with heal potions, she'll be fine. But if there is some decent focus fire, it could be scary. Oh, Kennyg. TC. What's he gonna pass? He didn't pass anything. Oh no, he missed past the item. It never passed over. He tried to pass the TP or the invuln and it didn't pass. Maybe he gave another command. And the TC just falls. He's definitely going to be sad about that death. But I do still think he has chances. However, this is looking mighty scary now. An elf with an expo up that's pretty safe like this starts to look much more in their favor. Usually it's up to the orc to get their expo up and deny the elf expos. So when it's the other way around like this, it's really starting to look more in blue's favor. But Kennyg was so close once again. He got a lot of kills, but wasn't able to actually end the game. Wasn't able to, you know, finish off the Warden. A couple of units ended up escaping with red health. And there's no Shadow Hunter either. Honestly, a Shadow Hunter with Hex could have been insane in these fights. There were probably moments where he could have hexed killed, you know, the Warden or whatever. And this tower probably makes Kennyg think that there's no expansion. He's like, blue's trying to expand here. He obviously doesn't have an expo somewhere else, right? But he does. He has an expansion somewhere else. Oh, shit. Shockwave misses the Warden, but does hit the Protector. Dryad's starting to fall. But the TC is taking so much damage. He has the invuln now, but it's not used in time. Shockwave goes off first, but no invuln. And Farseer has another chain. Can he get some kills here? The Tinker falls. The Warden escapes with 60 health. And Kennyg comes out ahead in army, but blue still has a lot of gold. A lot of gold. This is where Kennyg needs to expand. Probably here. You just need some towers. You need an expo. You need tiny Great Hall. Yeah, tiny Great Hall. Transfer peons. Buy a shredder. Whatever. Just get it underway. Because if you don't get an expansion at this point, you know, the elf has an expansion, so it's going to look really rough. Base is actually blocked off. Wolves not going in. Lore gets cancelled. Warden close to 6 though. With some wolf kills, she will be reaching that level 6, and blue is now mining from 2 bases. But without much army, it's mostly just the Warden. The Wyvern proving very strong there.
town is under
But the
siege.
fact that blue has an expo that's fully mining now is definitely turning it more and more in his favor. Kennyg needs to make something happen soon. He's going for some kills, but he's going to lose probably a wyvern or two if the warden tries to go for it. She comes back in, trying to put some damage. Is it enough? She's damaging a lot of stuff, but I don't know if she's actually killing any of them. Heal scroll used as well. And overall, not terrible for Kennyg because blue is running out of health. He's got one Moonwell with 110 health, and he just used it on the Dryad. This Warden is stuck at half health until a shop. Yeah, he needs to use the shop, needs to buy lots of potions. This is actually a little scary. Warden gets staffed back to base, but yeah. She's like, wait, where's my Moonwells? And then she just left. No Moonwells, what do I do? He probably needed to just pop some potions. Kennyg has a bit of a timing here before it's night to try to do something, but can he get something done? Does he have speed scroll? No speed scroll. Speed scroll could be huge here to dive on to some of these dryads. And he really needs, like I said, an expansion. He's going to run out of gold soon. He's facing one mine versus two. Warden gets away. Another Shadow Strike coming in, softening up a Wind Rider. Tower coming out for blue. Replenishment potion. This could be huge for the Warden. She needs some healing. Kennyg. He's trying to look for a window to do something. AP is moving out for blue. It looks like he wants to fortify up this base, prevent the expansion of Kennyg, but also maybe get another expansion for himself. 2-0 Wyvern, and he's going to creep. Going to try to get that TC to 5. Max level Shockwave is huge. If you get some max level Shockwaves on these towers, they'll die pretty quick. Not to mention just the focus fire with like Chain, Wave, and the Wyvern on heroes. But not so good against the Dryads. And there is a lot of Dryads now. A lot of Dryads. I'd like to see blue actually go for Fan of Knives at this point. But the Shadow Strike's not ter- Oh, Dryad's just kind of jumping in. He really wants to fight here. But they haven't actually been damaging yet. Does Kennyg have enough to fight this? The Dryads have been dying quick. There's still a lot of Wyvern up. Are the heroes enough for blue? The rejuvenation on the Warden is huge, and she hits level 6. Oh, nice dodge of the Shadow Strike, but so many Wyvern died. Kennyg just falling behind an army. Blue had an expansion up, and it's paid off. There's so many 2-2 upgraded Dryads now. And the Wyvern were not enough. Without that expansion, Kennyg probably would have been strong enough for this fight. But with that expansion, there were just so many Dryads. And now... I mean... what do you do? Maybe the hero focus could have been good if he added a third hero Shadowhunter with Hex. Oh no, he kills the Wyvern. I didn't see if it had Shadow Strike on him, but he could have salved it potentially. He's trying. They got 2-3 upgrades.
A player's forces are
Third damage upgrade on the way. Warden playing with fire a little bit here. She's half health running around. But yeah, it looks like blue is in control now. Kennyg maybe missed his timing. He's running out of gold. This is the last bit of army he can scrounge up. And we might see the peons go to war. He's got raiders now. Maybe he wanted to hit and run, pillage or something, but I don't know if it's feasible at this point. Blue's pretty fortified. He's got a level 6 Warden that can chase stuff. He's got rockets to slow stuff down. It's going to be very difficult. Warden's still half health. Night Elf play like Orc with the mass towers and the expos. Yeah. But yeah, Kenny G deciding what to do. He knows he needs to make something happen now. The supply is still fairly evenish, but there's so many towers. Blue's still mining, and the heroes are huge. And Dryads, honestly, once you get enough Dryads, especially with like upgrades and stuff, they're not too bad against the Raiders, because the Raiders start being clunky. You know, they're melee, they get slowed a bunch. The spells from Tinker and Warden just take them out. We'll see what To war, comrades! Ah! Ah! Kenny G trying to get some ensnares out, going for the Dryads. The peons valiantly fighting in the backline here, but the Warden has come to fight, and she's a little low health, but also dealing out a lot of damage. You see this Farce here softened up. A lot of the Elf is also dying, but the Raider, look how quick they die to these spells, plus all the Dryad poison. And these heroes for the Orc are not going to be enough. The Farseer lives with 5 health, but the TC is not going to be enough. Blink, Shadow Strike. Shadow Strike. Shadow Strike. Shadow Strike. No Shadow Strike.
A player's forces are under
No, the peons. No,
a town is
they
under
valiantly fought, and they got 1 tower to half health. Orc heroes going in for the last ditch fight, but the elf's just too strong at this point. TC Foz. Blue goes for the surround, and that will be the dead Farseer. And Blue is up 3-0. Alright, game 4. So it is already a 3-0 victory for Blue, but there is prize per match, and it is fun to see all the maps played, especially because even though Blue is 1-3-0, the maps have been fairly close. You know, there were definitely chances for Kenny G to win. You know, there might be a case later where one of the matchups just is like completely in favor of one person over the other, but I feel like Kenny G's had chances here, and he's gonna try to secure the victory here at the end if he can. We got Barracks and Altar Opener, so going to be Grunts again. Question is it going to be Farseer or Blade? Is he going to go Grunts into Headhunters? Maybe he'll pull out that sneaky double Barracks mass Grunt style I was talking about, you know what I'm saying? It is going to be Farseer. And on the other side, Tavern Hero for Blue. So wanting to mix it up a bit. Had different heroes every game. I thought he would generally play Demon Hunter, but you know, instead he went Demon Hunter, Keeper, Warden, now Tavern Hero. So see what he goes now. Tavern Hero, depending what hero he grabs, if Kenny G actually goes for like a double Barracks mass Grunt or like a tier 2 push, and it's not like a level 3 Panda or something, Tavern Heroes can actually get overrun. Because they oftentimes will drain Moonwells a lot. You know, if you have like Beastmaster or something, he can take a lot of focus fire or be melee, but also from using summons a lot. And this does not help. The wolf already dealing 140 damage to this archer. Oh my god, this archer is just basically dead. Archer! And the deny on the creep. The archer, oh my god. Blue screwing up his creep a bit. I think he hasn't really done much tavern build. It's not clean. Generally you want 3 archers and then you do the camp. And instead he had just the 1 archer that drained the Moonwell. And he denied a creep as well. He did go Panda though, which, like I said, if you do get Panda to 3, then the pushes start to look kind of bad. But if you do not reach 3 and your opponent pushes you, like, Tavern Heroes can honestly get overrun. Like I said, they'll drain Moonwells a lot, and he's definitely going to drain Moonwells a lot without archers. He's got 1 archer, 1 Moonwell drained from the Ancient War Camp, no tech. This is looking sketchy for blue, honestly, already. This might be Kenny G's chance, if he can hit a proper timing here. And it looks like he spots the Wisp as well. We'll be able to kill it. Nicely done. Even doesn't get detonated. Meanwhile, the Panda's only level 1. That's not what you want to see. When you go Tavern Hero, you want to hit 3 as quick as possible, because if you don't, the tier 2 push against a non-level 3 Panda is pretty strong. Grunt gets ensnared in the back. That's not ideal. He just looks AFK. But should have enough damage here. With the salve, he should be fine. Panda also with pretty bad items. Cloak can have some value, since he could get focused, but generally you'd like to not have to use Cloak. You'd like to just be tankier in the first place, to where you're just fine. Was he Ring of Protection, and he bought a Circlet. That's much better for him now. But the Huntress is tanking! Oh no. One of the things I always try to tell people is you basically never want to tank any creep camps with a Huntress. Like, the only situations where you would is like the middle camps on Amazonia, where it's just all normal damage kobolds, or, you know, like maybe one of the small greens on Concealed Hill, because they'll just heal at the fountain after anyways, right? But like, if you start tanking these camps with Huntresses, oh my god, the piercing damage is insane. He took like 400 something damage on that hunt. The Panda is reaching 3 though, but will he have enough? He's going double tower, and he actually has quite a bit of Moonwell still. They will get emptied a bit from the Panda, but Blue's honestly kind of got what he wanted. He's got level 3. He'll be able to sell like the cloaks and gloves if he wants, maybe buy potions. And a level 3 Panda with lots of potions just kind of wins against the push. I think the push just not quick enough. The Farseer is actually already 3.4 rather than only 3. So Kenny G kind of creeping a lot. Got 1,000 gold as well. Going for a Dark Ranger, but I don't know if Dark Ranger is the right choice. He could get a lot of skellies, but will it be enough against the Panda? If you are going for a push here, you almost want like an Alchemist instead. I think he actually lost a Peon as well, and now queuing up more Peons, maybe even going to bring another one. But there's already 2 defensive towers. Blue's just like ready for this all in, and the Peon falls as well, and the tower just gets immediately killed. Kenny G wanted to go so much for this all in, but everything blue has done this game has kind of just been, you know, somewhat to defend against this, right? He's just kind of massing tier 1. He's got double defensive towers. He's got level 3 panda. He's got a shop. And look at these breaths. It's just way too much. I think once he saw the panda, he either needed to like harass and then, you know, tower push sooner, or he needed to, I don't know, completely change his style and maybe do like hit and runs expansion or something. Oh, did he only have level 1 breath? I didn't see. Either way is doing enough for now. He definitely has level 2 breath now as well. A lot of blue's units are dying, but I mean, he's got 2 defensive towers, got a shop. Like, he'll be fine eventually, I would think. Is he? He is running out of healing, but I'm pretty sure with the gold he has and then the shop, he should be able to just buy mana potions, maybe a clarity, and eventually the panda is going to clean everything up. Yeah, I wonder if like I said, like maybe an alchemist or, you know, shadow hunter or naga could have been better. You know, naga just to put tons of damage on the panda whenever he comes forward, or shadow hunter with like hex as well to do that. You know, every time the panda comes forward, you just hex him and focus him. The Dark Ranger could have been cool, but I think it would have been better against a different tavern hero. Like if this was the Beastmaster or something, and you're just kind of like fighting summons with summons by taking out the archers. Yeah, Kennyg does have some towers up, does have fortified. But how much can he do against the defensive towers and the high level panda? It's going to potentially be one of those long drawn out matches. Maybe Kennyg can get some towers here. If he gets some towers here, takes out like the Moonwells, maybe the Hunter's Hall. I mean, blue is running out of healing a bit apart from his shop. And the wolves do a lot of damage. But the dark, oh my god, the breath of fire is so huge. The Dark Ranger not really having the value he'd like. But, oh my god, the breaths. The breaths. Kennyg has a shop here. Maybe he can even get like a potion and chain lightning. Chain lightning and another set of wolves. Wolves will actually take out these towers quite quick if he just focuses them. Yeah. I mean, this tower's already lost half of its health in that split second. But the panda's 5. He's got another breath. But the towers are getting up. Maybe there's still a small chance, but look at the breath. For blue, it's all about just buying time and getting potions. Like just rely on this panda. Yeah, he's got rejuve now. All he needs to do is buy every clarity, every mana potion, and then just have the bear keep rejuving up the panda. And eventually the panda is just gonna kill everything, right? Unless Kennyg can focus it down, but there's no frost arrow, there's no hex, so it's a bit harder to focus down this panda. He's getting some nice chip damage though, but the ring, the circlet coming in handy here. Even has tier 3 now, Orb of Venom. And I think blue is finally stabilizing. Going to turn this greatly in his favor with these next couple breaths. We're gonna have Master Bears soon. So long as he doesn't run these bears in too early. And yeah, Kennyg is just full in on this push. There's no other option at this point. It has to work. but can it work anymore? There's about to be 3 bears in a second. The panda is already 5.3. I don't know. And yeah, now with the bears morphed, I think this is where blue starts really just pushing through, breaking the towers. No spiked barricades, not much units. There is a second barracks here now. He wants to add the demolisher to start taking out the buildings, but yeah. I think the Tavern Hero Panda just worked out way too well for him. Having that high level Breath of Fire, the quick level 3 Panda against a tower push can be pretty strong, as we see. Dark Ranger falls, towers are falling. The bears are getting low, but there's just not much follow up for Kennyg. And the Panda will eventually, he's level 6. He's gonna clean it up. Can he get the mana? Going in for a breath maybe? Or does he just want to ult? He's just ulting in the back. I feel like he probably hasn't used Panda much. But yeah, we see him here diving in. Kind of losing a bit here though, but I mean, not really losing with a level 6 Panda at this point. Farseer gets surrounded and blocked off. Kennyg calls the GG. Blue takes a 4th map. That one was rough. I think there was a chance for Kennyg, but I think he missed his opportunity. He needed to either push a little bit sooner instead of getting level 3.4, just get level 3 on the dot and go. Or he needed to harass right away. Because Tavern Heroes, especially if they don't do the build properly and only have 1 archer out, are not very good against harass. You can just kind of keep poking them with your ranged hero. You can take out archers. You know, they don't have entangle, they don't have mana burn, shadow strike, or whatever. Can Kennyg fight back, or is blue just going to be heavily favored here? Kennyg, what is this style? Is this going to be like some sort of tavern build himself? I'm not sure about... Oh no, he's even blocking her. Okay, he does see it. I'm not sure about only having 2 peons on gold. It could be a fast tech as well, but... Oh my god. But I don't know how good a fast tech is, because you're just missing so many resources. I think even if you're going to do a fast tech like this, you really need to at least get up to like 11 food. Right? 10 food? Maybe? Yeah, like you need to see like 5 on gold and like 5 on wood or something. But this, I don't know. Like he's just gonna not have gold or wood to do much once he reaches tier 2. He's gonna have an insane tech, but what is going to be the result of it? This looks like something Cass would try or something. You know, fast tech into quick double hero. Quick double hero can be strong. You can grab like, you know, queue up a Farseer, grab a Naga, and then just pressure right away. It can be good, but I don't even know if he gets enough resources. It is going to be the Farseer, so I'm assuming Naga and Frost Arrow at tier 2. It looks like he will have just enough resources, but he's not going to be able to do anything else, right? No tier 2 buildings, no shop, no second burrow. He can't even make more peons until he gets another burrow. Or no, he can't. Wait, yeah, because he already queued up Farseer. Okay. So he'll be able to queue some peons, I guess.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now, I don't know. We'll see. we'll see what the plan is. And it's a bottom for blue. Blue going with a bit of everything here. Trying out each elf hero, also doing the tavern with the panda, the one game. Having some fun out there. But Farseer Naga pressure could actually be really strong versus this. And that's what we see. Farseer Naga.
A player's
Like,
forces are under attack.
if Kennyg gets his economy under control, gets the peons going on resources, he might be able to do a lot of damage here. Yeah, we see him coming in. The tech's only just started recently for blue. Taking quite a bit of damage from this creep as well, but it's nighttime and there's no dust pickup. So could see him just hide. But he forces a TP. Not bad. And one archer is not here. Moonwells are a little low. Blue actually needs to be careful here. He does have hide, like I said, but he needs to actually use it. Yeah. That's the thing. He can always just hide here and then just not fight. But he will need to probably detonate the wolves. This pressure is so strong with the second hero Naga so quick. But without the dust, he's not able to actually get the kills. Oh, needs to resummon wolves. The priestess! Oh my gosh, 12 health. And his moon was around. Do we have a game on our hands? Is Kennyg doing it? Kind of want to look at his base and see what he has, but it's like mass archers as well, which, to be fair, is going to be pretty strong against this, unless Kennyg is going like straight tech to tier 3 or something. If he goes like straight tier 3 with like double totem and then like Tauren Walker, that could be fun. Picks up dust, picks up boots. He's full in on these heroes for now. The archers are fighting back, but the priestess isn't here. Dust is used, but no wolves. Without the wolves, how can he fight the priestess? Why the Farseer just dies? Kennyg dives a little too deep against the archers. The Farseer dies, and now there's just so many archers. There's no war mill either. I liked the idea, but I think maybe a bit more resources before teching, and then maybe snagging dust could have been huge. But without that, Blue's looking really strong now. He's got so many archers. He's level 3. He can probably just break this base, like break through the burrows. Because with this many archers and true shot, burrows will actually die quite quickly without reinforced. Kennyg gonna try to make something happen still. See him coming over with his heroes again. Double clarity used as well, which is quite a big expense at this point. Yeah, I'll see what he does. He's adding a bestiary. Honestly, double bestiary with mass raiders could be pretty strong against this. But he needs to actually get it going if he wants to do that. And I don't know if he can get that online quick enough. Blue on the other side, heading tier 3. And looks to be pretty strong here. He is running out of wisps. Where are his wisps? He's TPing now. Does he only have like this one wisp? Moonwell falls. There's no catch. As bad as it looked with the Farseer dying and stuff, like Blue's army and stuff like that is not actually that scary. He just needs to either get mass raiders
A player's
or
forces are under attack.
like bloodlust or and like tri-hero or, you know, like 3/3 heroes or whatever. Like mass archers and priestess is not too scary. Because you can just dive on this later and there's no counterplay, right? There's no entangle. There's no like strong front hero like a DH. Item will be snagged by the priestess, but is there ensnare? There's no TP, there's no invuln. Do we have ensnare? It's still researching. Oh no. Ensnare could have potentially been a dead priestess there. But because he was so low on resources, he's only been able to have one bestiary. And with only one bestiary, he was not able to really get the raiders and ensnare online quick enough. Yeah, we have a lot of archers, but he might be taking some big shockwave damage here to creep this camp. Does the ogre get his shockwaves off, or does he just keep running around? Double level up, chain and forked lightning online. Shockwave! Okay. This archer's just dying. If there's another shockwave, oh my god. Quite a bit of damage taken, no heal scrolls. Maybe it would have been better for him to go for the fountains instead, because they, you know, you can kill the dragon, you can heal up. This ogre's running away. Meanwhile, he's getting counterattacked. Warsong Battle Drums is huge though. Oh my god, it's gonna be a lot of damage. But the raiders, he has a TP. Blue can honestly, or Kenny G can honestly just kill these wisps, kill the Moonwell, and either TP out or run away. Yeah, he could have even just ran away, to be honest. There's no catch, there's no entangle, there's no dryads. And Blue's strategy, like I said, it's got some weak points. He's got no wood. He needs to actually empty his mine just to get wood so he can build Moonwells. He's only got one Moonwell coming, and he needs 2 before he can even build anything. If he doesn't get wood, he literally is going to be supply blocked for the next like 5 minutes. Did Kenny G find a way in? But I'm unsure of where Kenny G is going with his strategy either. It's like mass raiders on one bestiary, but tier 3 as well. These are not the strategies I am used to. But I think Kenny G is winning. Especially if he can get level 3/3. Oh my god, there's no wood. Okay, he has wood somewhere. There's a wisp here, I guess, harvesting. Okay. But still, he probably needed to unload some wisps, get another 40 wood, reload all of them except one, and have that one build a Moonwell. Because he needs double Moonwell. Look at this, he's just still supply blocked with 1300 gold. Also probably should have sold these consumables and just bought like heal scroll and stuff. I don't know. Kenny G has a real chance here, but he needs to still make something happen. He either needs to get his hit and run going, he needs to expand, he needs to get level 3. Something needs to happen. He's got some upgrades coming, that could be huge. But the raiders aren't really getting full value just yet. I think he could honestly be hit and running more. Oh my god, he's going for the Zeppelin, but he's getting spotted immediately because Blue had just been down there creeping. And what is happening? The Farseer is getting bolted. The Farseer is so weak and he's got no safety. No safety. But the Priestess is also getting focused, which is probably not the right choice because there's a TP. There's no Hex. And yeah, the TP just comes out. The Raiders took a lot of damage. Blue maybe could have focus fired that better and just killed the heroes. But Kennyg also could have done that better. I think Kennyg should have just gone for the archers. I don't know. Like Blue wants him to go for the priestess, right? Like if you're going for the priestess, then your archers are just surviving for so much longer and getting out plenty of damage, and you just TP out. You TP out, you heal up, regroup, and you're fine. Oh my god. Oh my god, does he spot it? The Ancient of War is here. I don't know if that's in range. Kennyg, is he gonna heal up? Yeah, he's gonna heal up a bit. Hopefully he doesn't attack the creeps accidentally. We got a Dark Ranger now. And Blue finally is not supply blocked. He's able to add a lot of archers into his army. It's just going to be mass archers, which should be good for Kennyg. Like, raiders and high-level heroes kind of just beat mass archers. But I think he's missed some opportunity, you know? He focused the priestess in the last fight. He hasn't really been hit and running, even though Blue has no catch. There's no dryads, there's no entangle, there's no like boots demon hunter. Yeah, Kennyg not really able to get done what he would like, but we'll see if he can still do it now. He's got Zeppelins and Raiders coming in, and there's no TP. There's no TP on the Night Elf, but he's near the shop. He might be buying one now. Should really sell this mana potion. He hasn't sold it either of the times. Where's the heal scroll? His wardens or his priestess still not there? Where did the Zeppelins go? Where are they? Oh no, he's just flying around. Kennyg maybe stalling a little too long. I honestly think he just needed to go in. Just go. You know, sometimes, as cool as the play is for this double Zeppelin mass raider drop, I think honestly if he just walked in instead and was here like minutes earlier, it might have just been much better. We're gonna have double Zeppelin drop though, and a counter attack with the archers. Now archers can take out this base. The question is, does he want to do a base trade against raiders or does he want to defend? And I think he should defend, because if he defends, he might be able to even pick off the Zeppelins if he TPs here. Oh, Kennyg just going for the tree. And Blue did not TP in the back. He TP'd defensively. And Kennyg trying to fight. Oh no, I don't think fighting's the right choice. You need to just kill the wisps and get out. The archers are in such a good position that the raiders can't even touch them. Kennyg, no, he's losing everything. He Zeppelined out his heroes, but what does he have left? There's no reinforced, everything's still burrowed, and there's so many archers. Now it's looking kind of bad. I think the raiders were looking good. I think is a viable thing, but really just needed probably more hit and run. Either take out the archers before he pushes past 50 food, or just hit and run buildings, and I think it might have been fine then. But he's still getting something done. He's taking out some wisps now. There's a couple archers trapped as well, but he does only have level 1 forked lightning. It's level 2 frost arrow instead. He's just kind of chilling. What is happening? Okay, he's got reinforced now. We got more raiders. And we do have tier 3, which hasn't really got him value so far. He picked up a orb of lightning, but no actual tier 3 tech online or units or anything. You know, no Bloodlust, no Tauren, no Envenom Spears or whatever, Kodawara stuff, no third hero. So the tier 3 not really paying off just yet. See if he can do something with it still. Could see him try to go for like, oh my god, ensnare! Ensnare! Well. But I don't know if he has enough. He's trying to do something at the base maybe, but there's so much damage. Look at this, +9 war drums plus level 3 true shot. Oh, but the heroes are coming back in. He's getting some kills. He killed a Moonwell, killed some archers. Kenny's making stuff happen, but the problem is he doesn't have enough to defend. There's no there's no damage here to counter the archers. And the archers are just killing it so fast. With the Searing arrows as well. Searing arrows providing a lot of extra damage against these buildings. A raider falling. Kenny taking out some of the base here, but losing his own base. And the Farseer's tanking the tree. The Farseer is using the invuln. The tree. The tree fights back. Oh no. And yeah, without the main, it's looking like blue will secure this one eventually. Kenny's heroes a little too weak. The tree survives. There's a lot of wisps still, and quite a bit of army as well. The priestess, of course, level 6. He wanted to tank instead of his raider. I don't know, dude. The sneaky burrow here. But the Great Hall actually aggroes the creeps, and then they get into a fight, and I mean, blue just has way too much. Look at this damage. Yeah, Kennyg trying to poke at the heroes with what he can. He's only got his 2 heroes left, but it's just not enough. Heroes are under leveled. They're going down. The Farseer's down. The Naga is next. Last shots will secure it, and that. No. The Dark Ranger survives. That'll be our last game.
A player's forces are under attack.
GG is called. And blue with the convincing victory here. Honestly, there was a lot of close games though, but like there were definitely opportunities for Kennyg, but sometimes the strategies need to be a little different. Sometimes the micro needed to be a little different, and there were real opportunities, but blue just held strong and was able to win out here. And he will face either Buzzkill or potentially Dr. Jones if Buzzkill is still not ready. So it'll be Elfmere regardless for the next match.